Good day, guys. Thank you so much for your support. I'm really moved. Some of you like the other pages: X, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. And for us, it means we just have to do it. So, this episode is going to be for people 18 years and older. And we have a disclaimer: the views of the guest does not necessarily represent those of the channel. So you need to know that. So as I highlighted earlier, we have three issues that we are going to look into, but we're going to give a very different view from what you have seen earlier, and the issues have settled now. The trending part of it is all gone. People have faced other issues, right? So now we're going to look at the case of the 16-year-old boy. We're also going to look into the case of me having to be sweet for the 15 days of December, then the South African issue. So on the video of the 16-year-old, people gave different comments, different views. Some liked it, some didn't like it. Some favored the victim, some favored the perpetrator. That's okay. That's the social aspect of things. It happens in life. It happens. But now we need to look at the effects of such things on kids, such things on families. How is it going to affect the kid's life here? Okay, having sex too early comes with different consequences for everyone, not saying based on the video only, but for everyone. You get to have sex too early, you're going to face those things. You're going to be a father too early. You're going to face STIs too early. You're also going to go through a lot emotionally. It challenges you big time. So how do we avoid such things as families, as parents? How do you avoid such things? It means we have to take a firm position towards handling these things. Because what happens now, the kids get to have sex too early. Automatically, school is off. You can't have someone performing on bed and performing at school. No. And from this side, the ghetto, we all know that school is our best chance out of poverty. We have other things like skills, yes, but still, you're not going to achieve all those things if you get to have sex too early. How do we get to handle these things so that we stop recycling poverty over and over again? From the ghetto, we're well known for being poor. That's a fact, right? So how do we get out of our problems? We need to take very good care of our kids so that they reach their full potential. They reach their full potential to go into the industries, into whatever they are going to do. What happened here is a case of early harvesting, and that's it. You remain in the ghetto, whether male or female. And that's going to happen to your kids because you get to have kids so early. You're not going to take good care of them. We have these cases in Harare. Some kids are not going to school. Why? Because the families are recycling poverty. Nobody's saying, okay, let me just keep an end to this through good behavior. Simply good behavior can end your poverty. But anyway, it is what it is. It's happening. And we are the parents. What are we doing about it? I felt bad. This is one of those cases. A few days ago, we had a case of diabetes. It happened. It happened when she was underage. A few weeks ago, again, we had this case of another video again. Two boys having sex with one female. It means there are more of these cases out there. They're just not coming out through social media. So it means there are more. And something really needs to be done very soon, or it's going to be a disaster. because these kids are going to be the parents in the future. In that case, by the time that kid turns 25, how many women and girls is he going to impregnate? Is he going to take care of those kids? What are those kids going to be after us? This is a serious issue at family level, a serious issue for the whole of the ghetto community. Do something about it so that we don't recycle poverty more and more often. Okay, an issue of Christian Mambo. A number of 10 kids were punished for 2 days for bringing cell phones into their school, and the parents complained about it. But well, if you're a parent who's rich enough to complain about those kids, okay, there is homeschooling, right? You can just take your kids to your private places. They get to do whatever they want to do while learning. Don't make them affect other people. Don't. Because what happens, there's something called influence. If someone brings a phone where it's not allowed, other kids are motivated to do that. That means we have an issue again. More cell phones, more pornography at school, lack of concentration. Instead of being in the study room, videos, TikTok. Adults cannot even control themselves when it comes to social media. Be at work, be in the dining. Anyway, you can't even control yourselves. What about the kids at school? It's actually going to affect the results, the outcome. That's fine. We have to do something about it. So I was just looking at a few examples and the solutions. I had to look at the case of Australia. So the Australian government is actually the first to ban social media for all kids under 16. If you're under 16, you're not going to open a social media account. You're not going to access social media in that country. Whichever social media platform gets to go against it, you're probably facing charges in the country. So these guys are ahead of us every time. Why? They take a deeper look into this issue, the good effects and the bad effects. Then they come up with a conclusion. Simple one. The kids need to be protected. That's it. Then you also know, we also have the case of this other video on CNN. It was giving parents access to their kids' phone, those under 12 years, both Android and iOS. So on iPhones, you go to settings, screen time, then you can aid your child's phone and you can monitor their activities. But that is if you're using the same version. That is if you're using the same software. That's when you can only do that. So I don't know what you think about these issues, but they are just simple. But we don't give them much attention. On to the next issue. I'm going to my wife's request for me having to be sweet up until the 15th of December so that she gets to appear on the podcast. A number of issues have been raised. You have to be sweet. You have to be giving compliments. Outings came into play. Cuddling. Marinating. So these issues, I understand. They've been said more time and again, and you just give a blind eye onto those things. But when you get to sit down and look into those issues, they're not serious issues. These are issues I've been doing during the dating stage. But now I can't do it. I don't know why. And I have to fix it. Then I get to go to default reset factory settings. If I can pick one or two to continue doing, that's okay. Because we're looking into this thing as how are we going to learn to get the best of ourselves? How are we going to do this? Because most of us men, We ignore these issues, but they are said more time and again. You didn't comment when my hair was done. You didn't comment when I was dressing nice. You need to take out clothes for me where I have to go to work. All those compliments, we just take them for granted. But this time, we are not going to be defending, we're not going to be saying anything. We're just going to be doing it. Those simple things. We just have to do it. If we're going to defend, that's a story for another day. But I'm going to be the sweetest husband in December, right? And it's for the best for you and us. It's best. On the last issue, I just hope Jongo toritika paChristmas here. Zvinenge zvaita here kana kuti muri kungorida richingochema zvaro. On the last issue, there's a case of a South African criminal, Vusimuzi Cat Mathlala. He's trending in SA. He's rich, but have been involved in a number of issues: housebreaking, car hijacking, money heist, tender fraud. But like we said earlier, we're interested in the last part. The part he tried to assassinate his ex-girlfriend. How do we get to such levels? We have been in love all along. Yes, he's a criminal. He needs to clean his trail to avoid going to prison. Yes, but assassination, that's a serious thing. I just can't imagine me trying to be assassinated. But it is like it is. It's guns and roses out there. Just like it to be said. How do we avoid such cases? How do we do it? It's tricky. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it.